Assalamu alaikum, this is your teacher Usman and welcome to Tech and Talk. Today is going to be 90th episode of Shop Management System. In last video we have added location for products. If I can show you on the portal, you can see here against any product. Now we have its location under the product name. Let's say product one, and it's shown that its location is main shelf, right? So, and then if you go to the add product form, you can add the location of the product on the shop here as a text form. Okay, let's go back to the store and its products. Till this point, we have added a simple store entity and a product entity. So a store can have many products and one product can only be there in a single store. And if we see the product UI, it's very simple, just 3 or 4 fields. We don't have any images against a product here on the portal, which is somehow a kind of basic requirement, and images should be there. So today we are going to focus on how to upload images for a product and display into the portal in that same grid. So let's get started. I will jump over to the product controller straight away, and inside create post method we need to get files from request here, and before that we need to pass those files from the UI. So let's go back to the view, which is create.css HTML file in the product folder. Here we need to add another field. So I'm gonna copy paste existing HTML, and here I will say this is of type file, and I am going to add another parameter, which is multiple. I want to add multiple files. All right, and next thing would be I want to post, and yeah, we need to remove that validation from this at the moment. And next thing will be I want to say that encryption type will be multi-part form data, because now we are going to pass the files. It should be multi-part form data from the front end, and these are the only changes we require from the front end. Let me rerun the application and let's see how it looks now, and let me go to the add product UI. All right, so now we have that UI here, which seems we haven't updated the tag name for this, sorry, the label name for this file field. So we can say for this one product images, or let's say only product images will be fine as well. And one more thing, the submit button seems to be touched with that last field. So what we can do is we can do margin top maybe 1, and let's render the UI to see the changes. Let me just quickly go to the products, add product. All right, it looks much better now. So now we can pass multiple files. We can say all files selected. We can pass as much files as we want. Now let's go back to the backend, and on the backend side, first thing first, because at the moment we want to save those files somewhere in the www directory, so we need to get the location of that www directory dynamically. What I mean by dynamically, so I don't want to hard code that location, because we don't know where we will be hosting that application, maybe on some server or Docker container, or on some developer's local machine. So we want to get that location dynamically. For that one, we need to inject iWeb hosting environment. For that one, I will add a comment hosting environment, and we will require to inject that iWeb hosting environment. This, and let me add comment for the product service as well. Product service. All right, so at the end we need to pass that hosting environment as well, and we have injected that one. And now in the create post action, first of all we need to get the files straight away. Get files from the request, and we can get files as files is equal to request dot form dot files will give us the number of files if there are any. And for that particular case, why not let's before for each, let me use for each, and before for each, let's say we want to check the files dot any. If there are any files, then go for this logic, right? So the whole purpose of this block is this. And in this for each, first of all, here I want to get the location of that root directory. So for that one, I will say string root directory is equal to path dot combine. Path dot combine we do use to combine two paths, and it will work like a charm. And underscore environment content root directory, there is one option, other option is web root directory. So we will pick web root directory here, web root path, and then the name of folder we want to add inside root folder. So let's say we add uploads, and uploads folder will be located, and for to make sure this folder is there, we need to check if not directory dot exist, and that would be our root directory path created like this. Okay, we made sure that, let me add a comment for your help. King show that not root, that is upload folder exists in directory. So that was one thing. Next we want to loop through those files, and for each file, what we will do is we will take the file name, do the path dot combine, same process, not for path dot get file name would be the required method here. So we will be using file here. So file name is file name, and we will pass the file dot file name like this. And next thing will be we will be creating a new file name for that, from which by which name and where that file will be stored on the server. Let's name it new file name with the path, and we can say path dot combine, and here we can say root path, and then we want to stream that file into that new create file. So we will do that by using keyword, just to make sure the file stream is disposed right after the upload process. File stream is equal to new file stream like this, and new file stream, and we will be passing the new file name and the mode. So we will be doing file, no, I think that would be file mode, I guess. Yeah, file mode dot create, and what we'll do, it will create a new file, and if file has already exist, it will override it. And at the end, we will be copying that file from the request to that new location on the server. So we will do that by dot copy to, and we will pass stream. All right, so at this point, those files should be there, located on the www root directory. All right, let me press Ctrl S and rebuild the application, and we'll see. Okay, against products, and we want to add a new product, and product to DSC side shelf, and here we want to select let's say these two pictures. Okay, and create. All right, so it's get created, and what we will see, if we go to that folder, and now we have that uploads folder created, and we don't have any file there inside that upload, which is strange. So for that, let's debug that action now and see if we got those files. And if we got, why don't we able to copy those files into that folder? All right, so we have products, and let's add a new product. Let's name anything for now, just for the testing purpose, and I select one. And here, okay, we are not getting any files to the action, so that is the issue. So if we go back and see why we are not able to push those files, so we have form with encrypt type multipart form data, and we have input type file as well. Okay, why not, let's try to build that project once. Let me remove extra classes from here as well, and we run this application. All right, and we have all right, so I think we need to pass the name attribute as well. So name should be image files, and let's rerun this, control F5, and let's try now. For now we still have those, we have that upload folder empty. So let's go back to the add product form, and let's try to add product to description to, and left shelf, and we will choose multiple images, and we will press create. And if we go to the folder now you can see we have those files created inside that folder, and even in the Visual Studio you can see that uploads folder. Now 3 files are there in Visual Studio. So this is how we can pass or upload files from front end, and those will be passed back to the server. So that was it for this video. In next video I will try to implement how we will utilize those files which are hosted on web server to be displayed in the main products list, so that we will be adding a new column like product images, and we will be displaying those images inside that grid. So that was all. In case of any question, could you do ask in the comments. Till the next video, keep coding.